UFC Vegas 106 is this weekend. I'm giving you my picks and predictions for the entire card. It's Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Pretty shit card on paper, not gonna lie. It's one of these classic random Apex cards they put in the middle of pay-per-views that they're like, well, we'll see if the people fucking bite this. Um, it's disappointing. I'm a big Gilbert Burns fan. Love watching him fight. I think Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales is actually a very good fight, but the rest of the card is shit. Paul Craig's a co-main in Big 2025, but anyway, I'm not going to bitch too much about it. 124 and 60 overall with a 67%, maybe 68% at this point win rate, which is pretty fucking good, dude. I believe I could be one of the best predictors on YouTube right now. That's including I know I'm better than Guru. Guru's picks fucking lick balls. Lucas doesn't really do too many picks outside of big cards anymore. And he was always fucking shit at predictions. I'm just going to say that. Bedtimes. Listen, Bedtime gets every fucking main event right, but the rest of the card he's not usually too good. Everyone else, I mean, I don't necessarily watch too many of the others. So I'm just gonna be transparent, but appreciate y'all to follow along with me because I believe, the best predictor. I'm gonna fucking feel pretty good about that. But I'm gonna start this with a Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro pick. What a banger of a fight, man. This fight fucking licks balls. I guess I am gonna keep complaining because, like, what the fuck? I'm gonna pick Tisha Pennington. I think Luana Pinheiro has decent grappling, but I just don't know that she's gonna find success in actually taking Tisha Pennington to the ground. I get Luana has a judo background, but she's like lost her last 3 fights. The fight before that, she beat Sam Hughes by decision. And then she won via DQ the fight before that. Like, she doesn't really have many. She has one finish in the UFC, not including the Contender Series. Not that Tisha Pennington's finishing anybody, she's not, but I trust the Tisha Pennington cardio. She puts a high pace, throws a lot of strikes out there. I know she misses a ton of them, but like, she beat Tabitha Ricci, and they didn't give her the win. She just beat Carla Esparza, who's a good wrestler. Like, she was able to kind of out-scramble Carla Esparza. Or stay on the feet, at least for most of the fight, even though that was a fucking shit fight, too. But Luana Pinheiro, I don't think she's going to be able to get top position on Tisha Pennington, and I just think Tisha Pennington's going to out-volume her. And Luana Pinheiro does have a thing where she gasses out, like, all the time. She's kind of fucking cute. I will say that. Luana Pinheiro, kind of cute. But, like, Nah, like, she's not going to beat Tisha Pennington. I'm going to pick Tisha Pennington to win a decision here. Probably 29-28 on 2 judges' scorecards, 30-27 on another one. We know that judges can't fucking agree on rounds, but in women's MMA, it gets really fucking difficult because some of these rounds are so close. But I'm going to go Tisha Pennington by decision here to start out. Hyun Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. I actually think Carlos Hernandez is a little bit more underrated than he gets credit for. Just looking at his most recent fight, like, he had a close fight with Taira. He did end up, he got decision by Soroya. The close fight with Soroya. He didn't really have a close fight with Taira. He had some moments where they were scrambling with Taira, but Taira did end up dominating him and beating him. He decisioned Dennis Bondar, which is good. Lost to Alan Nascimento. Like, I do like the activity a lot. I will say that. He beat Tunin Dembaral in a pretty lackluster fight. He's able to outstrike Hyun Sung Park, I believe. He was able to outstrike Tunin Dembaral. Tunin Dembaral just had the power, but his jiu-jitsu isn't terrible. And his cardio's pretty good too, and he is improving in each fight. He is an underdog here. I don't know that he beats Hyun Sung Park, though. Just looking at this, yeah, Tunin Dembaral did knock him down. That might have been the only round he won. Like, Carlos Hernandez did have more success in the grappling in this fight. It was a low output fight, though, honestly. Like, I want to take another look at Hyun Sung Park, because I do think Hyun Sung Park is better. And when I look, like, these Road to UFC guys, when they first come in the UFC, they suck. Like, their first fight, they always are lackluster. But then they end up kind of figuring out, I'm thinking of the Kang Ho Lees, I'm thinking of the Xiao Longs, I'm thinking of the Kong Lees, like, all these guys, yeah. And listen, when we're looking at Hyun Sung Park, he's coming out and he's beating, and he wins the UFC, he wins his debut after the Road to UFC. He's getting finishes consistently. Like, this guy is a finisher, and I do think you can finish Carlos Hernandez. Was this Segwoo Choi? I believe it was Segwoo Choi, who is a very big guy. It's not Segwoo Choi, definitely not, because Segwoo Choi is a fucking featherweight. Oh, Sungok Choi. That's just racist. Hyun Sung Park did get knocked down in this fight, but he did end up getting a submission. He was losing this fight, actually, now that I remember this. Was able to outstrike. So, was he? Can I really say that? Like, volume-wise, yes, but at the end of the day, he got knocked down. I like the cardio of Hyung Sung Park. He can make it to round 3 and end up winning in a later round. Then he faced Shannon Ross, who fucking stinks, dude. Shannon Ross. I don't know why I said that weird. It's on the same card as Taylor versus Hernandez. Oh. He beat the shit out of Shannon Ross, dude. I think he's getting better still, too. I'm going to go with Hyung Sung Park. I think he wins this fight by decision here. I think he's going to be able to outstrike Carlos Hernandez, maybe even get a knockdown. And I think his improvements are greater. Like Carlos Hernandez, they're both kind of in their prime. Like Hernandez is in his physical prime. Hyung Sung Park is kind of entering it. I think Hyung Sung Park is going to look bigger in that cage. I know he's shorter, but I think he's going to look bigger in that cage in terms of being put together. He lands more. I think he can scramble. I think Carlos Hernandez actually is going to scramble better, but I don't think he's going to be able to offensively grapple as well as Hyung Sung Park. So I'm going to go with Hyung Sung Park to win this fight by a 29-28 decision. We might see a split here, but I'm going to go with Hyung Sung Park to win a decision here, 29-28. Deeesrespec Gomes versus Elise Reed. I'm going Deeesrespec Gomes. Look at her. She might be Dennis Gomes, honestly, so I'm going to go with Deeesrespec Gomes here. Listen, I get Elise Reed looked more impressive in her last fight, but, she fought fucking Jessica Peen. She beat up on Jessica Peen. Yeah, congrats. She had decent striking, dude. She did, strike pretty well. She lost to Loopy, so she's faced some comp there. Lost to Luma Luke Boom, but, I think Deeesrespec Gomes is the level of competition she loses to. I think Deeesrespec Gomes has a lot of power in her hands. She's super young, and every time she gets in the cage, she's getting better. She's physically dominant. She beat Karolina Kowalkiewicz pretty dominantly in their last fight. I think she beat the shit out of Kowalkiewicz, if I remember correctly. Pure brutal domination. Where the fuck? Here it is. The prelim headliner. Yeah, she was able to really just constantly out-grapple. Okay. I trust Deeesrespec Gomes to win this fight. I think she's getting much better. She's got a little bit of momentum here. She beat Eduardo Mora, who's a very physically strong Brazilian fighter. I think Eduardo Mora is good. And this is a split that I thought Deeesrespec Gomes won pretty clearly. And she lost to Angela Hill, but Angela Hill's... She's pretty good. She knocked out Yasmin Uregui. She knocked out Bruna Brazil. She's fought good comp. She has fought good comp. I'm going to go Deeesrespec Gomes to win this fight via a TKO in round 2. Am I really fucking picking a TKO at strawweight? Fuck it. Decision, Deeesrespec Gomes. I think they are going to strike with each other. I think Deeesrespec Gomes might get hit once or twice and kind of force the grappling a little bit more. I know the cardio's not really on her side all the time, but I just don't think Elise Reed's that good. I'm going Deeesrespec Gomes to win a decision here. Third women's fight. Here we fucking go, dude. Look at that. 3 women's fights to start the card. Do we have more up at the top of the card? No. Okay. Wow. Luana Santos. Oh, she's fucking gorgeous, man, dude. She is absolutely gorgeous. Love Luana Santos versus Tainara Lisboa. Who the fuck did Lisboa fight last? Something Oliveira? Don't even know who that is. Don't even know who Clark is. She was winning. She hasn't fought in a year and a half, though. I can't go with Lisboa, her being out this long and being her age. She's 34 and she's taken over a year and a half off. Whereas Luana Santos, she's been out for 9 months, but her last fight was short notice against Casey O'Neill. She lost, but that's good comp. She's sub-Maria Agapova. She has great jiu-jitsu, and Lisboa does too, but I think Luana Santos might be a little bit more physically dominant in the grappling, where Lisboa is a little more slick. And I usually tend to go with the physically dominant grappling. Someone with more of a judo or a little bit stronger wrestling tends to outdo the jiu-jitsu, the pure jiu-jitsu. She beat Stephanie Egger, who's a pretty big woman. They're fighting at bantamweight. I'm pretty sure Luana Santos has fought at strawweight. She TKO'd, is that Juliana Miller? Can you tell, guys? I did a lot of research for these fights. Juliana Miller, so she's fought at flyweight multiple times. Destroyed her. Wow, destroyed Juliana Miller, who we saw very technical. Juliana Miller sucks, dude. She sucks. Stephanie Egger, who is definitely a flyweight. I think she dominated this fight, too. Maybe it was a little bit closer than I remember. Where the fuck? She wins this fight pretty clearly. Dominates in the grappling. And, like, grappling Stephanie Egger isn't terrible. Maria Agapova, who sends fucking cooch pics for crack, dude. Oh my god. Rear naked choke. What they did at flyweight too, and now she's going up to bantamweight. The Casey O'Neill fight, I want to say, was it flyweight? Am I fucking crazy, dude? Did I think she fought at strawweight and just am totally wrong? She's been fighting at flyweight, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But now she's going up to bantamweight to fight Tainara Lisboa. I actually think that counters a little bit of my previous point. Why am I spending so much time on this, though? Tainara Lisboa comes in less than the bantamweight limit. Luana Santos is physically strong. I bet she probably took enough time to put the weight on the proper way. And she's a fucking baddie, dude. She's going to win a robbery decision here. I'm going Luana Santos to win a decision. I don't know, dude. What do you want from me? I'm destined to go fucking 0-4 to start this card. How are you supposed to pick these people, bro? I'm going with fucking Luana Santos to win a sexy-looking decision here, dude. I think that the judges are going to just look at her and go, kind of like Adelaide Byrd did with fucking Cyril Gane, which is why he got the decision against fucking Volkov when he clearly lost. Adelaide Byrd, fucking old lady who's fucking hasn't been wet in years. Moving on. Yadier Deval versus Connor Matthews. Dude, I've picked Connor Matthews in so many fucking fights. He always does me dirty, but what is this reach from Yadier Deval? Do I just keep going with fucking Connor Matthews knowing he's getting TKO'd? He got KO'd by Jose Delgado, who I don't think is that great. KO'd by Bazookia in round 3. He actually had a lot of success in the fight against Dennis Bazookia. Lost to Francis Marshall. Like, he's fought decent comp between Bazookia and Marshall. Do I trust fucking Yadier Deval at minus 500? Like, why is he minus 500? Is he a fucking heavy grappler? I don't remember watching this guy fight on Contender Series, if I'm being real. Yeah, we're going to give this kid the contract. He won a dominant decision. Out grappling. Oh, he fucking lands, dude. Let me see the fucking reach. I feel like they gave him this fucking... Dude, I'm sorry you guys have to go through this with me. I just don't trust these guys, man. Can I get a little fucking reach, lad? Jeez, I don't even know what his reach is. He's got to be a minus 500 favor for a fucking reason, right? He obviously's got pop. He's got power. He lands very accurately. He's got good grappling. I don't know that he'll be able to, like, hold down Connor Matthews. Dude, honestly, do I just keep going on the fucking Connor Matthews train because he's from Mass? This will be the one time I don't pick Connor Matthews and he fucking loses. Or he wins. I don't know what to do here, guys. I'm going to be real. This reach is really bothering me. And the fact that he can switch stances like that, is he really a 60? Dude, I need to do some research here. What is his name? Yadier de fucking Deval? Is he actually a fucking 61-inch reach, dude? That's literally the reach of a fucking 5'1" dude. Check Sherdog. Big fan of Sherdog. Can someone give me reach, please? There's no way he's actually a fucking 5'1" reach, bro. 69-inch reach. Yeah, dude. I almost fucking picked against him because ESPN can't get the fucking reach right. I'm going with Yadier Deval, unless that was the fucking height in inches. I don't care. I do care, bro. I care about my prediction rate, guys. This is a fucking nightmare of a video. It'll get better when we get further. Reach 69. Yeah, dude. What is fucking ESPN doing 61 inches of reach? Don't you fucking dare, buddy. It's Yadier Duvall. I think he gets a knockout here. I think Connor Matthews has been knocked out in his last 2 fights. I think he's going out there to give it his all, but I think he gets chinned here. Yadier Duvall looked like he was a very, very accurate striker. He lands a lot. I'm going to pick him to win. He's a minus 500 favorite. I'm just going to trust the odds. He's getting a knockout round, eeny, meeny, miny, 2. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. Jared Gordon was an underdog when I was looking at this originally. Now he's not. I really like the low kicks of Thiago Moises, though, because I actually think Thiago Moises is tremendously overrated, but his low kicks are very, very good, very powerful. I'm going to pick Jared Gordon to win this fight, though. I don't think Moises is going to be able to take Gordon off the feet and then dominate in the grappling the way he did against Trey Ogden offensively. I think Jared Gordon's he's low to the ground in terms of, like, he's got strong hips. He's going to be a hard guy to take down, and if you do take him down, he's technical at being able to get back up. I think he's got some low kicks of his own. I also think he's got better hooks in boxing than Thiago Moises does, and he can make it ugly. He can make it dirty. I know he's the king of getting robbed, but realistically, when you look at Jared Gordon's record, he should be 22-5, not 20-7. This guy went out there and beat Paddy Pimblett. He beat Nasrat Haqparast. He got robbed in those 2 fights. He was beating Bobby Green and then took a headbutt. So realistically, he could be 23-5. He beat Luana Santos. Oh my god, dude. Imagine that. I'm picking Jared Gordon. I think he's going to win this fight by decision, having the much better boxing. I think he's going to be able to check a lot of the low kicks, and I think he's going to be able to kind of push Moises up against the cage in moments here, land good elbows, get broken away, and absolutely break him in terms of the cardio. I think that Thiago Moises has a little bit of a cardio issue that can be exploited. Not that it's bad, but I think Jared Gordon's pace and pressure can actually exploit a lot of people's cardio. So I'm going to go with Jared Gordon to win this fight. Guys, it's probably going to be another decision. I'm just going to say Jared Gordon wins a decision here. Mateus Camelo versus Gabe Green. I like Mateus Camelo. I think he's very good. Listen, he was the guy, if you remember at the press conference, there was some guy from Tajikistan that was talking about being a native in Tajikistan, being 8-0, how good he was, wanting a shot in the UFC. So Dana did a whole looking for a fight, having him be the main event. And Mateus Camelo went out there and beat the piss out of the guy and looked really, really good. And now Camelo's here in the UFC. I think they gave him a matchup that they want him to win. They want to promote this guy. They like him a lot. And listen, I get Gabe Green's likes to go into the fire. Like, he had that fucking 13-second war with fucking Brian Battle. Sorry, 14-second war. He went out there and had a decision where he kind of tried pushing Aaron Gary up against the cage, but he's been super inactive. It's been a year since he last fought. Before that, it was 10 months. And then he was a little bit more active there. I mean, he just, look at that, Phil Rowe, then takes a fucking 14 months off. Then he takes actually another actual short notice fight. This guy there's no consistency in the octagon here. I question his training. I question his commitment to the game. And I think Mateus Camelo is ready to go out there and absolutely dominate. I think Mateus Camelo can mix it up. He's been submitted, and Gabe Green has not been submitted. He's 6-0 in terms of submissions to and from, but this guy won. He won on... that was the fucking Zufin fight against Nabadov. Dude, I'm going to pick Mateus Camelo. When did he lose by submission? I think they were his first couple... Yeah, lost 2022, 2019. Dude, I'm telling you, this Mateus Camelo guy's good. I'm going to pick him to win this fight. I'm going to say Mateus Camelo wins this fight via... honestly, I'm going to go TKO. I'm going TKO in round 2. Mateus Camelo. Melky Costa versus Julian Erosa. I think Julian Erosa's good. I think Melky Costa's pretty good. I trust Melky Costa's kicks a lot more, and I trust the level of comp he's faced. Julian Erosa beats the shorter, trying to just plunge forward and grapple you the whole time type guys. I mean, he beats the prospects like Christian Rodriguez. Then he gets the great Darren Elkins, a guy who's just going to consistently shoot takedowns who shouldn't even be in this fucking... He should have retired a long time ago. Loses to like a Fernando Padilla, loses to Alex Caceres. Like, dude, he's a kill or be killed type of guy. I think Melky Costa's going to get this one done, though. I do. And I know Arosa's on a great win streak. Melky Costa's also on a 3-fight win streak, I think, here. Maybe 4. Subbed Andre Fili. Beat Christian Rodriguez by decision. Beat Shailin Nurdabeke by submission. Lost to Steve Garcia, but then he beat Austin Lingo before that. Like, I'm trusting Melky Costa here. He's been incredibly active. And I like him to win this fight. I'm going to pick Melky Costa to win this fight. I think he finds a TKO in round 2. I think his body kicks land really well. I think he's going to get the hands going, and I think he's going to get a TKO in round 2. I don't think he's going to push the issue with the grappling on Julian Erosa. I think Julian Erosa might try and grapple a little bit more here. But I trust Melky Costa to get this one done. So I'm picking Melquizael Costa to win this one by TKO. You know what? Dude, there's no way he wins a fucking TKO. It's going to be a decision, isn't it? I'm going to go Melky Costa decision. Even though Erosa never goes to decision. He never goes to decision on TKO Melky Costa. Moving on. Dustin Stoltzfus versus Nursultan Ruzaboyev. Dude, Stoltzfus fucking goes in there to scrap. That's one thing that I want to say. He goes in there to scrap. Had a fucking sick one-round fight with Bruno Ferreira. Destroyed Marc-Andre Barriault. Subbed Puna Soriano. But this is the fight that he loses, right? Like, he loses, it's back and forth, and they're at middleweight, and I know Ruzaboyev at middleweight, I think has a better record than at light heavyweight. Dude, this guy's a ton of finishes too, but he's got a fucking padded record. KO'd Meconico at middleweight. Or was that no, that was come on, Twan. You can say it. Welterweight. Loses to Buckley, but Buckley's Buckley. Beats Dumas, beats Bruno Ferreira. I'm going to go with Nursultan Ruzaboyev here. I don't think it's a hot take. I think he's better. I think he's rangier. I think Dustin Stoltzfus likes to go to war, and I think Nursultan Ruzaboyev is going to oblige. I see a round 1 KO happening here. I like Stoltzfus. I think he brings the fight, but I think him bringing the fight is going to get him caught by a couple straight right hands, and I think he's going to end up chinning Dustin Stoltzfus. So I'm going to go Nursultan Ruzaboyev, round 1 KO. Like his height, his size, but the reach is very, very similar. So I'm going to go with Nursultan Ruzaboyev in this fight. Sodiq Yusuff versus Myron Santos. This is a very, very good fight. Myron Santos, I think, lost to Francis Marshall. I still think he lost to Francis Marshall, but he's turning around, making a quick turnaround in this fight against Sodiq Yusuff. Sodiq Yusuff's got power in his hands. He's very, very skilled, very talented. Had a very, very, very great first round against Edson Barboza, and then kind of let it fall apart. He went out there and brawling with Diego Lopez and got chinned. Took over a year off. We're at 13 months. He beat Don Shanis. It's not that impressive. He beat Caceres. Again, not that impressive. Lost to Arnold Allen. I'm going to go with Myron Santos, dude. I think he's the younger prospect here. I know he's the younger prospect here. He's 7 years younger. God, he's going to be... I think he looks bigger in the cage. I think he's... And Sodiq Yusuff's a massive human being, but when he gets in the cage, he might not be as tall, but I think he's going to look physically bigger. Like, his back is huge. His legs are huge. I think he lands some of the best low kicks in the game, and I think you can pepper the low kicks on Sodiq Yusuff. Edson Barboza was able to do so. I'm going to trust Myron Santos to technically win this fight. I think he's going to win a 30-27, 29-28 decision here. Low kicks are going to land for him really well. He's going to be able to use the jab, throw a couple elbows when Sodiq Yusuff clashes in. I think Sodiq Yusuff has some success in moments, but I'm going to pick Myron Santos to get it done. I think that a lot of people are going to pick Yusuff because they go, dude, Myron Santos robbed Francis Marshall, which I thought Francis Marshall won that. For sure, I thought he won. But I think Myron Santos is better than he performed in that fight against Francis Marshall. And I think Francis Marshall poses a different kind of technically smart, high IQ threat where he's always shooting takedowns and throwing shots. I'm going to go with Myron Santos to win this fight by decision. I think he's going to be able to... I honestly think he has his best performance of his career against Sodiq Yusuff this weekend. Against his toughest level of competition. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. I don't get why Rodolfo Bellato is this big of a favorite. I think he is very overrated. He's one guy to get hurt very early and then come back and win fights. I just don't think Paul Craig is going to hurt him very early. So I'm going to pick Rodolfo Bellato to win this fight. I'm going to go with a TKO in round 2. I think that in round 1, he's going to be able to kind of beat up Paul Craig a little bit, make sure he doesn't get taken down, stay away from the grappling, and then just absolutely destroy Paul Craig on the feet, land big shots. Paul Craig's going back up to light heavyweight after being a little unsuccessful there at middleweight. I think he got subbed by Brendan Allen, got decisioned by Bo Nickel, got KO'd by Baralho. He KO'd Muniz, crazy. Got KO'd by Johnny Walker. Listen, I like the activity of Paul Craig too. I think he's getting KO'd, bro. I think Adolfo Bellado's KO'ing him. Like, he's not going to get chinned early. And Jimmy Crute is a tremendous grappler. Tremendous grappler, but he has success in being able to get a fight to the ground, whereas Paul Craig kind of struggles a little bit with that. Jimmy Crute didn't actually get the take. Like, Adolfo Bellado ended up getting a takedown, but when it came to the actual control, it was from Jimmy Crute getting a knockdown. I don't think that Paul Craig's getting a knockdown in this fight. Call me crazy. So I'm going to pick Adolfo Bellado to get a TKO in round 2. Adolfo Bellado always finds a way to come back after losing early, and I don't think he's going to be losing early in this one. So I think he's just going to kind of steamroll Paul Craig here. My brother, the level of Deeesrespec, my brother. I'm going Durinho, bro. I'm picking my only underdog of the card. I'm going to get hate for this one because I'm a big fucking underdog hunter, but I don't like the underdogs on this card. I'm picking Durinho, bro. I think he gets it done. I understand Michael Morales has freak reach advantage. Absolute freak reach advantage. But, dude, I like the kicks of Michael Morales a lot. I love his low kicks. Love how fast his hands are. He's very, very talented. He's younger than Gilbert Burns by a lot, but he does not have the level of experience that Gilbert Burns has. And I think that's going to show through in this fight. Seeing the shape that Gilbert Burns is in is crazy. I don't think he's chinning Burns. If Burns gets chinned, it's by the best guys in the world. And I think Michael Morales is a top guy, but I don't think he's going to chin Burns. And I think in a decision, he's going to get outdone by Gilbert Burns here. He KO'd Neil Magny. Like, congrats, I guess. Gilbert Burns subbed him in a round also. And when you look at this fight, he got a knockdown, finished it up. I mean, he destroyed Neil Magny with the hands, bro. He really did. Neil Magny was able to kind of hold him and control him for a moment up against the cage also. That's something to be considered. Where Gilbert Burns is so much better at that than Neil Magny. He's very strong. He went to a decision with Jake Matthews. It was very technical, good performance. But Jake Matthews kind of he went tit for tat with Jake Matthews a little bit here. He did. And he just kind of, the leg kicks were doing more. So he beat Jake Matthews, and Jake Matthews is a good fighter, but then he beats Max Griffin, beats Fugit, beats Giles. Like, these are not great wins here. He chins Traven Giles, which Mike Malott couldn't fucking do. He couldn't drag a good fight out of Traven Giles. Pratis chinned him, but Pratis was getting boxed up a little bit. Like, this is a good... Michael Morales is very good. I don't think he's faced the level of competition that is... I know that he hasn't faced the level of competition that Gilbert Burns is yet. Not even close. Burns, yes, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. But when you look at this, it was Bilal Muhammad, champion, a fucking champion, and his shoulder was fucking out of its socket from being so active of beating Neil Magny. 3 months later, fighting Jorge Masvidal, beating him by decision, who was greasing in the same fight. And then fighting Bilal Muhammad a month later on short notice in 5 rounds. Then he fights Jack Della, the current champion of welterweight, gets knocked out after winning 1 round against him. I thought it was 1-1. 2 judges had a 2-0. I disagree. But he was able to control Jack Della for significant moments of the fight. And I think Jack Della's scrambling is way better than Michael Morales's is. That was a fucking mouthful. Listen, I don't think Into the Spider-Verse is going to be able to get fucking Gilbert Burns off him. So I'm going to say Gilbert Burns is going to win this fight. Then he fights Sean Brady, a guy who is a fucking future champion. Like, these are the guys, his last 3 are Brady, Della Maddalena, Bilal Muhammad. Then it was Masvidal, Magny. It's like, bro, what fight? Call me this crazy. Chimaev, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Kamaru Usman, Tyron Woodley. Like, look at this, dude. Look at this. Decisions Gunnar Nelson, KOs Damian Maia, decisions Tyron Woodley, gets KO'd by Kamaru Usman, but fucking cracked him real good in that fight. Decisions Wonderboy Thompson, gets decision by Chimaev, but makes him go to war. Subs Magny, beats Masvidal by decision, and then it's this streak of insane talent. Like, dude, I don't think Miles Morales fucking into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man is going to be able to get Gilbert Burns off him. I think Gilbert Burns is in the best shape I've seen him in a long time. I think he's mentally there. He's mentally prepared. He's in a good place doing the Show Me the Money pod, the best pod on YouTube. Make sure you check that out. The fucking best pod on YouTube. No joke. And tell me which grappler Michael Morales has faced at the level of Gilbert Burns. Like, I can see Gilbert Burns taking Michael Morales into deep waters, round 4, round 5, and getting an arm triangle submission. I can see that. I can see him having Michael Morales up against the cage in significant moments, landing big right hands, timing takedowns from Michael Morales' low kicks, and being able to dominate in the grappling in this fight. I'm going to take Gilbert Burns to win this one. I think he's being majorly disrespected on the line here. I'm going Gilbert Burns, dude. I think he's got this one in the bag. I'm going to say round 4 arm triangle submission. I'm going to do it. Round 4 arm triangle submission from Gilbert Burns here. I see a world in which Michael Morales gets backed up against the cage a lot of this fight, and Gilbert Burns is able to hold him there, kick his legs out from under him, drag him down, make Michael Morales get back up. Take him down, make Michael Morales get back up, land an elbow off the break, and the other at range. Gilbert Burns is pressing forward. Morales is landing low kicks, landing a teep, trying to throwing good boxing combinations. Gilbert lands a big right hand over the top, big overhand. Not hurts Michael Morales, but catches his attention. Shoots a takedown on him again. I can just see Gilbert Burns putting on a ragdoll performance here. I really can. Like, what level of grappler in jiu-jitsu prowess has Michael Morales faced that's even close to Gilbert Burns? Neil Magny? Yeah, right. Jake Matthews? Good jiu-jitsu, but not looking to take the fight to the ground ever. Max Griffin looking to take the fight to the ground, but he's not a jiu-jitsu guy. Like, he can wrestle at times, and he's going to close decisions with these guys. That's the thing, is he's going to 29-28s. He's dropping rounds. I think if you drop a round or two to Gilbert Burns early, he's going to be able to kind of steamroll you here. So I'm going to go with Gilbert Burns to win by round 4 submission. That's my big underdog pick of the card. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Let's go Deeesrespec, man. Show me the money, the level of Deeesrespec, my brother. And I think Burns needs to make it dominant because I can see them trying to rob Gilbert Burns here to get Michael Morales' name up in the rankings. So I'm going to say Gilbert Burns to win by finish. If it goes to decision and there are close rounds, I'm afraid they're going to rob Gilbert, but we'll see what happens on Fight Night. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe.